27th of December, Rabbi Levitt, Pele Yoetz.
Okay, Pele Yoetz. Anybody know how Mayor is doing?
He was all right. He was in the last.
He was in the last year.
Okay.
Yesterday, his wife was in the hospital, so he was there all day with her.
Oh,
I'm not sure what's
Okay.
going on with her exactly, but he didn't say that there was anything bad.
I
okay.
think they were just there for treatments, for
Right.
regular treatment.
Right.
By the
There's
se-
uh-huh. I mean, that's a weekly schedule that they have to go to the hospital for treatments.
I think so.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's weekly. I think it's as the case comes up.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, thankful for that. Thanks to Hashem for that.
I mean,
It's not weekly.
yeah, I think they do tests, and then when they see the results of the test, they decide what to do next.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. So we are at the very bottom of page 179. He's got little paragraphs over here of very far-reaching cases. We're up to, I think, someone who steals his friend's mind. Genevas
Right.
das.
Mhm.
It's an interesting concept, isn't it? Stealing a friend's mind.
Right. It's called stealing. It's called Geneva. I think in business it's called what do they call it?
Intellectual property.
He's a very shrewd businessman, astute.
They call it corporate espionage.
Okay. Oh, the Pele Yoetz said that. He's the one that said that. Okay, so today we'd like to ask Alan to lead off the reading. Oh, and we hope that Roy comes back.
Okay. So where we starting now? Sorry.
Very bottom of 179.
All right, okay, got it. Someone who steals his friend's mind, who attempts by convincing words to know his friend's secrets, violates, who shall not go about as a gossip monger, Vayikra. As we wrote in its place in the name of the Halachot Tanot, Chalik 1, section 215, is even prohibited to steal the mind of a Gentile. However, it is permissible for a father, sage, or judge to steal a person's heart in order to direct them on the upright path and in order to arrive at a truthful judgment.
Wow.
So you steal a person's mind by convincing words.
He steals his friend's mind, who attempts by convincing words to know his friend's secrets. Oh, so he's engaging in stealing his friend's mind because he wants to find out, he wants his friend to reveal to him a secret. So he violates the pasuk.
Are they all nervous, like the folks?
Yeah.
Like waiting?
They're going, are we there today? Is this what's coming next? And my answer is, not
Tell
what I
them
want.
no. Tell them no.
Oh, Mayor's coming. Baruch Hashem.
Rabbi, what is the word for gossip monger?
If this pasuk, if I'm not mistaken, we'll look it up. This pasuk is the pasuk of the main pasuk for Lashon Hara. Lo selech Rachel ba'amecha. I believe that's the pasuk. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, so it's Rechilas.
Oh, my wife requested if any of your wives want to say a Tehillim for my wife to sign up for it. We can send you a sign up list, a link to sign up.
Oh, very good. Okay. Bezrat
Okay,
Hashem.
I'll tell my
Refuah
wife.
Shlema.
It's Hashem.
Okay, I think
Well, Judy knows about it.
Oh,
There's,
all right.
it's the whole book of Tehillim is being said by one of my classes.
Wow.
So we only have like about 8 slots left, but it would be good to fill them.
Okay, Refuah Shalema.
Thank
Refuah
you.
Shlema. Bezrat Hashem. Just Derech Agav, while we're on the subject, there's actually a woman here in Neve Yaakov on our street who needs a big refuah shlema, and one of the wives went to the Rav here and asked what can we do for the schus of a refuah shlema for our dear neighbor, and the Rav told them. I wasn't there. I didn't hear what he said exactly, but he told them to daven Mariv.
Oh,
So do you have
Most women don't daven Mariv, and I don't know if most women daven Shachris and Mincha. Depends how old they are, what their responsibilities are. But I mean, they if they have time, they certainly do. But many don't have so much time. But I thought that was very
Yeah.
interesting what he said.
Classmates also.
I should have the emails. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So,
I don't really follow the logic here. A rechilas is when you tell one person something about another person, is such that you elicit anger between the two people. I don't see what that has to do with stealing a person's secrets or stealing his mind, whatever that means.
Okay, let's take a look at the pasuk just to make sure that I'm correct. It's this pasuk of those. And if you have a Sefer Chafetz Chaim,
Okay, hello.
Welcome back, Roy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good to see you again, Roy.
What's happening?
We read the bottom paragraph on 179,
Okay, yes.
and it references Vayikra 19:16.
Uh-huh.
The English word is gossip monger,
Uh-huh.
and we're trying to understand exactly what he means by that and what it has to do with the subject.
16.
All right.
Yeah. If you take a look at this pasuk, it's in Vayikra chapter 19, pasuk Yoetz, Perek Yoetz, pasuk Tes Zayin. This is the famous pasuk that the Chafetz Chaim brings for the Isser of Lashon Hora. Lo seilech rochil be'amecha. Now, what does it mean, a rochel? Don't go as a rochel amongst your people. So Rashi over here on the pasuk says, "Ani omer al shem shekol mishalchei madonim u'mesaprei lashon hora holchim bebate re'ehem l'ragel ma yiru ra o ma yishmu ra l'saper b'shuk nikroim holchei rachil holchei regila." Then he has an old French word, which they translate into Yiddish over here. Okay, whatever that means. So in any case, what Rashi is saying is that this word Rachel he describes what the activities of this person are. And he says that they go around into the houses of their friends, and as a spy, the ragel, like the meraglim, and they spy out. Ma yiru ra or ma yishmu ra. What bad thing can they see over there in this person's house? Or what bad thing did he hear about in that house? L'saper bashuk, and then he goes to the shuk, goes to the marketplace, goes where a lot of people are, and he tells it what he heard over there. Nikrim holchei rochil, holchei regila. So that's the Gemara uses so according to Rashi, he's like a he's a bit like a spy, even though the word is not meragel, the word is rachil. Oh, interesting. That's the Yiddish word, spaya niran. That's a spy in Yiddish, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Spaya niran. Spying around.
In other words, what he's saying is, what the Pele Yoetz is saying is that a person steals the secrets in order to go and tell them around.
Right.
That's the connection between the stealing the secrets and the gossip monger.
In the Gemara, this word Rachel is used to refer to a peddler, somebody that goes from he gets different things to sell, and he goes from place to place, peddling his wares. So that's the idea of the Rachel, that he picks up different pieces of information or different things that he sees that people do, and he peddles he peddles all these bad things about what he hears and what he sees people do to tell other people. He's a peddler. He's a peddler of evil about other people. But you're right. The technical expression rechilus is a certain type of lashon hora. Lashon hora is sort of like a generic title for all forms of evil speech, and rechilus is like you're saying, involves going to tell Reuven about what Shimon said about him.
Right.
Okay.
And what is this reference to stealing the mind of a Gentile?
That we shouldn't think that, in other words, there's no, it may not be a mida tova, but there's no technical transgression against speaking evil about a non-Jew. However, to steal from a non-Jew is forbidden. And also, even to steal his mind is forbidden. That's a Gemara. Even a non-Jew, the Gemara says, not allowed to steal his mind. The Gemara's example is it's an interesting example. One of them, a person is he's got a wine cellar. He's got a wine cellar, and his guest, he leads his guests to believe that he's opening up one of his caskets of wine for him, and the person is led to believe, oh, he's going to open one of his caskets of wine for me. Really, he doesn't mean to open it for this person. He has to open it because he's got to open it. He's got some other reason, whatever. But he leads the person to believe that the reason why he's opening it up is for him specifically. That's Genevas Das. And that would apply even if the person was a non-Jew.
So we're understanding this idea of stealing the mind of a Gentile would be to try and be a spy to find out his secrets.
Yeah, it's a bit. I think what he means over here is to say that for some reason he wants to talk about the prohibition of Genevas Das in connection with revealing a secret.
Right.
Now, there's an isser to reveal a secret, even if you didn't have to engage in Genevas Das in order to. You just happen to know that secret. The person himself, he told you something which is a secret. And it was clear to him, even if he didn't tell you, that this is something that should not be you shouldn't go about talking about this to other people. It's a secret, and it would be a violation of the what exact it would be a Torah violation to reveal this secret. It's a form of lashon hora. Even though you didn't have to steal his das in order to find out this secret, but now you're going to go ahead and reveal the secret to somebody else. That would be a violation of revealing a secret. But it's interesting over here. The Pele Yoetz, for some reason, is putting together these two isurim, perhaps because oftentimes that's how a person becomes privy to a secret, because he has to engage in Genevas Das in order to find out what the secret is, because the person ordinarily is very guarded about revealing any secrets that he doesn't want other people to know about. But this, what he says, that it's permitted, it's prohibited rather to steal the mind of a Gentile, even like in the case that I mentioned, that has nothing to do with revealing a secret. There's all different types of Genevas Das.
So if I use these methods to find out the secrets of a non-Jew, I'm in violation. I'm violating the Torah.
I believe it's a Torah violation. Yeah. Also for a Jew, it's also for a non-Jew, it's a Torah violation.
And that is regardless of whether I share those secrets with anybody, or specifically not including sharing those secrets with other people.
Yeah, that would be a very good. That would seem to be a nafkamina that would come out from the fact that he's he's mentioning that there's two separate violations over here. He could do one violation without doing the other. In other words, even if he never reveals this secret, if he had to engage in a form of Genevas Das in order to become privy to that secret, so he would be in violation of the prohibition of Genevas Das, because Genevas Das is a separate isser unto itself.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do you think he means by stealing a person's heart?
Genevas Lev.
Maybe it's to do with giving impression that you are like him very much, and he likes you, so that he trusts you and likes you.
Okay.
Is that like hero? To direct them in the upright path?
I mean, wouldn't if we're talking about a father, wait, does that sound right?
Well, it says here it's permissible for a father, a sage, or a judge to, and it's in quotes, steal, so to speak, steal a person's heart in order to direct them on the upright path, and in order to arrive at a truthful judgment. I don't know what that one how that one fits in, but I mean, you know, your child loves you, and you love your child, and because of that, then you can you're able to educate them along Torah principles.
But that's not stealing.
Yeah, but the word stealing here is in quotes. It means sort of getting into somebody's heart, getting into somebody's affections, having a connection between them, between you. But if it's not a father, if it's somebody else, say, you know, it could be you could be doing that in order to get something from them, in which case it is stealing.
So you're basically saying that the phrase to steal a person's heart is to take advantage of their love for you.
Yes, for good or for bad. For good in the case of a father, for example, and for bad in the case of somebody who wants to get something from you, for example.
I hear.
Nov es alev kedei laharich b'derech hayashar. Knevas lev. Okay. Okay. So let's go on. And a round of applause for page 179. Well done. And now we go to Lou and the next paragraph on page of 180. The Torah warned.
The Torah warned us against slanting our claims before a judge, and that a judge should not hear the words of one litigant until the other party is present. There is also an admonition to a judge not to treat one litigant softly and the other harshly, and that he should show neither deference to the poor nor favoritism to the powerful. Both of them should be treated as equals when they stand before him.
Mhm. Oh, so here we have a reference to the pasuk in Shmos and the Rashi. Right, the judge cannot show any favoritism. It's improper to favor a poor person at the expense of a rich person. Okay. And okay, very good. So that's okay. Let's go to the next one. Person who makes a vow. Adoring. Roy, would you like to continue?
A person who makes a vow is considered like one who built a prohibited altar and is called a sinner, as it is written in Devarim 23:23. And when you will cease to make vows, sin will no longer be in you. There are places where there is a custom that someone who wants to go and settle in Israel makes a vow to do so. This is not a good custom, to preface a mitzvah with a transgression. He should just go without the vow.
Always works. Tried and tested. When you run over to answer the phone, they always hang up before you get there. Okay, sorry, Roy.
That's okay.
Okay, a person who makes a vow is considered like one who built a prohibited altar. If he makes a vow, that's if he makes the vow. It is written, and you will cease to make vows, the sin will no longer be in you. This place where the custom that someone who wants to go and settle in Israel makes a vow to do so. This is not a good custom. To preface a mitzvah with a transgression, he should just go without the vow. So why is there such a thing as vows? Are all vows evil?
I wonder, because in the Hallel, there's a paragraph Maya Shiv, where it mentions vows. All my vows I will repay. It says it twice. So I'm wondering why, if vows are a sin, it's a sin to make a vow. Why would it say that?
Okay, so what we have to do is we have to read what Pele Yoetz is saying over here on page 180 about vows in light of what he told us on page 178. Over there, he was talking about oaths, which are even more severe of a transgression, because he's invoking the Shem Hashem in the oath that he's making. Nevertheless, he finishes off this. This is in the second full paragraph. At the end of the paragraph, after having said that, talking about vows, he says, however, there are situations when it is a mitzvah to swear. For example, to alleviate a mistaken suspicion, so that the person will be exonerated before Hashem and Israel, to separate oneself from a prohibited behavior is also a mitzvah, to make an oath, and to galvanize oneself to perform a mitzvah, as we wrote in its place.
So that sounds like making a vow that I'm going to go to Israel.
Yeah. But I just was pointing, I was gonna say, we could basically reconcile the two paragraphs by saying that here he's talking in a general sense. A person makes a vow or an oath for not for the sake of one of these matters that he said was a mitzvah to do so. But the problem with that is that he's staying over here to settle in Israel. Yeah. Yeah. Why is he picking on that mitzvah over any other mitzvah? Just to make his point. Does he mean? I mean, that's what I'm pointing out. It doesn't make sense to say that he's talking about all mitzvahs, because he himself said that in order to galvanize a person to perform a mitzvah, as we wrote in its place, then it's not only allowed, but it's also it's part of the mitzvah to galvanize the person to follow through and actually do the mitzvah that he committed himself to do. And that's what David HaMelech is talking about in Hallel. He's talking about bringing the korbanos, that he made a vow that he's going to bring a korban. And that's generally the way a person takes upon himself the obligation to bring a korban. If it's not already a mitzvah that he has to bring such a korban, such as a korban Pesach, you don't need to make a vow to bring a korban Pesach, because you're already obligated to bring a korban Pesach. But if you're not obligated to bring the korban, and you want to bring the korban, so the way that you make a vow. So you could say, well, why make a vow? Just bring the korban. You don't need to make a vow. Just do it. But the oath and the vow is what gives him the push because he doesn't want to violate his oath. He doesn't want to violate his vow. So because of that, he's going to be encouraged to do the mitzvah. So in that case, if it's going to encourage him to do a mitzvah that he might not otherwise do, so it's a good thing. Okay. So yeah, it's a bit curious what he says over here. I'm not sure why he's saying this. Okay. Next one, next paragraph. We call upon Mayor. A person is prohibited.
Okay. A person is prohibited to call an idol by the name Gentiles use. Rather, he should give it a nickname of shame. A person who speaks with Gentiles violates this if he mentions to them the names of their holidays, which are called by the names of their pagan follies. The best thing to do when one wants to specify a time is just mention the date of the month.
Wow. Okay. Do we have the opportunity to do this, fulfill this eitzah of the Pele Yoetz over here? How would you, you're speaking to somebody about the holiday? Just call it a holiday. Just call it the 25th of December.
Rabbi Lappin used to refer to it as Sir Isaac Newton's birthday.
Oh. What about New Year's Day? Can you say that? Because in theory, that was the bris of you know who.
What's that? New Year's Day?
Yeah, because if
They're bris, right.
Xmas is the birth, the bris would be New Year's Day.
Oh. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So I mean, today it's a secular day, and at least in the States, but
I don't
It's
think you would ever hear a member of that religion referring to it as his bris.
oh, okay. You're probably right, Lou.
I wonder who made the bris. He didn't have a father, right?
In theory, you're right.
Well, there was somebody named Joseph. I'm not sure exactly what his role was.
Right.
Okay. I mean, there's another problem with calling it New Year's. It's not really New Year's. New Year's is Rosh Hashanah.
Well, that's true too.
Well,
Rosh Hashanah is the first day of the year, not January 1st.
And we've got the Chinese New Year as well. And other religions have different New Years. There's so many New Years, it's a wonder the year has any days.
Well, we have two Shvat also. These are trees,
yeah, we have 4 New Years,
right. New Year Kings.
but Rosh
Oh,
Hashanah
Shabbat.
is not New Year's. It's much different concept from New Year's.
Hmm. Anyway,
Okay, so that's interesting. I think I think the Agudas Yisrael convention in America, I think they always have it on that time, at that time of year. And I think they, even in their advertising, and maybe I'm not, maybe I don't, maybe I'm, I don't know.
Yeah, they do. They have it in Los Angeles. I've gone to it.
Oh, you mean they'll have a closed circuit hookup to the what's going on in the back east?
No, my recollection is that around the 25th of December in Los Angeles, in a hotel, in the Pico Robertson neighborhood,
Yeah.
they have a whole bunch of meetings. They have rabbis that come in.
Uh-huh.
They have a whole bunch of meetings, which are like classes where they teach various subjects. It's like
Right.
a Yarkei Kala. It's a intensive learning gathering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they usually, the one they make in the back east is generally on Thanksgiving weekend.
Ah, okay.
I'm just wondering, according to what the Pele Yoetz is saying, they should not put in there. They probably just put the dates. I guess that's what they do. I don't remember.
I would assume
just-
so. Yeah.
Maybe it's just that people perhaps refer to it as they say, oh yeah, it's on Thanksgiving weekend. So according to Pele Yoetz, you shouldn't say that. You should say that it's on the date. It's on the 25th of November until 27th of November in the Parsippany Hotel in some city in New Jersey. It's generally in New Jersey.
Right.
Parsippany.
I guess it's cheaper than having it in New York.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they just had it just a few weeks ago, and there was a closed circuit hookup here in that my wife went to in Harnof, because they had a whole group of speakers devoted to the subject of college teachers. Interestingly enough, that was a big subject of discussion this year. College teachers. Okay. Now we're gonna go weiter and back to Alan is next.
Okay.
A person is on page 180. A person is not allowed.
Okay, a person is not allowed to engage in superstitious practices. For example, the custom of common people that when the bread falls or they yawn, they say, when the bread falls or they yawn, they say, they are reminding me. When there is a spark that falls near a candle's wick, they say a guest is coming. When there is an apparition of a letter at the top of a candle, they say a letter is coming. Anyone who says this and believes it violates and you shall not indulge in superstition. Like someone who says it's not good to lend money and give credit at the beginning of the week or the day or on the day. Violates you shall not believe in appointed times. Person who asks witches, sorcerers to tell him future events, it violates, and you shall be wholehearted with the Lord your God, Devarim 18:13. When people say, but if you drop a utensil, either a man or a woman is coming, it's a guest. How many people have seen letters at the top of a candle?
Yeah, I don't know what that is all about.
I don't know.
I don't see this 1926.
Oh, let's see.
Seems to me it talks about cutting your flesh. I don't see anything about superstition here. Am I looking in the wrong place?
Yeah. This is oh. Yeah, interesting. This is just the 10 psukim past the pasuk of Lashon Hara.
Right.
It says over here, Lo sochlu al adam. That's interesting. That's one thing that that's learned out about is to eat before you daven shachris. Any case, the next thing is in this pasuk. It says lo sanachashu. So nichush is a type of engaging in these types of what does Rashi say over here? Lo sanachashu. Kigon elo hamanachshim bechulda ubeofos. They do different types of nichush with a chulda, a type of a little a chulda is
Weasel.
a
It's a weasel.
mole. A what?
Yeah. A weasel. It could be a mole too. Yeah.
And or baofos, chickens. What exactly do they do? Okay, this is the whole subject over here. But oh, the Rashi mentions this, that the Pele Yoetz says, Pito nafla mipiv, if bread falls from his mouth. Tzvi hafsiku baderech, not a black cat, but if a tzvi crosses his path.
A what?
Interesting. A
A
tzvi,
deer.
A deer?
tzvi. Rashi says a tzvi. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So these things are, I guess, things that people have different types of superstitions about, and here we see the pasuk is saying, don't be worried about this. Not supposed to be worried about this. Below sa'onenu is the end of the pasuk. What's that referring to? Lashon onot v'sha'ot she'omer yom ploni yafeh lahadchil malacha. Like the fortune cookie. You open it up and it says, "Oh, now is a good time to do that stock deal." And you say, "Oh, call up your stockbroker and invest in Tesla." Don't do it now, though. But anyway, so that's what it means. Lo sa'onenu, because ona means time. So there's no such thing as saying this is the good time to start this malacha and all this type of stuff. Now, it could be that the experts will tell you that this is a good time to make this investment. Okay, but that's based upon their knowledge of the market. It's not based upon what it says in the little note in your fortune cookie. That has nothing to do. That's That's the conventional wisdom of right, of people that are in the know. That's got nothing to do with what Rashi is talking about over here. That's totally permissible. Okay. And this what he says at the end, Pelio, it's a person who goes to a witch or a sorcerer and to tell them what's in their future. So he says this violates the pasuk that you should be wholehearted with Hashem, your God. Because why? And this actually is the pasuk that many of the commentators say is the source for bitochen, to have bitochen in Hashem. That why do I have to worry about what's in the future? The future is going to be great. I'm boteach in Hashem, that everything is going to be good. It's going to be exactly the way Hashem wants it to be, and that's all going to be good. So there's no reason to go to somebody like that because we have bitochen in Hashem. So therefore, you should be tamim. It says you should be complete and whole in your heart. Your heart should be given over to Hashem. That you're boteach in Hashem. Rachmano liba boy. Hashem wants the hearts. And that means that we believe that Hashem is our loving, caring Father, and everything is going to be good. We rely on Him. Okay. And it's now 11:32. So now we're going to say goodbye to Mayor.
Okay, have a good day, everybody.
You too,
Thank you.
and everybody should be well.
Amen.
So how should we get how do we get in to do the Tehillim?
I'm going to have to send you the link. I'll send you the email
Okay.
that has the link in it, okay?
Very good.
Try to do it as soon as possible.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Refuah Shlema.
Amen.
Sorry, Tikva Bas Yehuda.
Rabbi Levitt,
Yes.
just when you get that link, you've got to load. I understand you've got to download another program that's near the bottom of the link. That's right.
Yeah,